Hi, I'm Jeff, the Thrifty Overlander. In this video, we're going to go on an adventure, so come along.
Hey everyone, this is the start of a series of videos that Lori and I took in July of 2018 in the San Juan Mountains around Ouray, Durango, and Silverton area. It's southwest Colorado. These videos may kind of come off a little bit like a travel log. Basically, that area around Silverton is by far my most favorite place to be when I'm, especially for off-roading and overlanding. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very accessible, and not only just for off-roading, but it's just in general, it's a beautiful area. So I'm going to be kind of pushing how nice it is in this area throughout these videos. The summer we went, there was forest fires raging for at least a month before we got there. It was started by the train that goes between Durango and Silverton, and they were causing a lot of smoke and a lot of issues. On our way into the area, we happened to hit it as a rainstorm was coming down pretty good, and it actually pretty much put the fires out for them and cleared up the air for us. So we had really good timing. For this particular trip, we decided to take my son's silver Xterra. There's different Xterras around the house, so we'll take whichever works best. In this case, he was set up best for towing the camper with airbags and so forth. Once we got to Silverton, we stayed at the Silverton Lakes RV Resort, and this was a window. The view out of our window was amazing. Silverton itself is a really neat town. It's got a lot of great restaurants, things to do. I highly recommend the funnel cake restaurant downtown. It's delicious. Lori and I were in the area for almost 2 weeks, and this is a good map of the trails that we took. There's a little bit that goes off this map that we did as well. There's just an amazing amount of highly accessible trails that are a lot of fun, a lot of beautiful areas they go through. We started the first day doing the Alpine Loop. It's a classic, quite a few miles to do. You go from Silverton up to Animas Forks over to Lake City, over Cinnamon Pass, and on the way back you come up over Engineer Pass. Along the way we did some other side trips, like up in the American Basin. It's a beautiful area with great wildflowers. We I like to take an image of our lunch stop every day. This one is along a really gorgeous creek. We also, one of the other side trips was the ghost town of Carson. And then once we got to Lake City, we hung out. I highly recommend the ice cream shop right off the main park and square there. Heading back towards Silverton near Engineer Pass, we took a side route to go to the Golconda boarding house. It's been restored and it's a pretty neat area. It's also got an equipment building on site as well, and a pretty nice area. After that, we continued on up to Engineer Pass, and we're surprised to find in mid-July a small little snow squall that came through. Gave us a little bit of whiteness. It was beautiful there. We always love the view from Engineer Pass. There's a lot of great scenery just to see from the top of that peak. I off-rode in the San Juan Mountains once before, and one thing that was different about this trip that we found was there's quite a bit more sheep activity, herding going on. So we watched from the top of Engineer Pass as the sheepdog was doing its business. It was pretty cool from that distance. And it seems like every family has at least one black sheep in it. Let's see if you can spot the black sheep in this one.
Hey, hi there. Hi.
We talked to the shepherd a little bit. He was just moving the sheep from one mountain to another, and once they're on their spot, he just lets them go and they'll eat their fill. And he goes off to his camp. The next day we hit one of the most favorite places in that area is South Mineral Creek. It's a pretty easy accessible area, and off of a splinter of that is a road up to Clear Lake, and it's one of my most favorite places. It's got a gorgeous glacial bowl and a beautiful lake, and colors are just gorgeous in that area. Not only is the lake beautiful, even the ride up and down to the area has got some fantastic views as you see here. And one more picture of our lunch stop.
One of the prevalent things in this area, all the San Juans, is beaver dams. There are many, many everywhere. I've seen once or twice where you actually see the beavers. It's pretty rare though. But this is up at the end of South Mineral Creek. It's a beautiful area. There's some good camping spots up here too.
There's typically lots of critters in the area, including moose and bear and so forth, with plenty of marmots. These guys were hanging out like they're at the bar. The other thing about the area is there's plenty of water crossings, and the Overlanders love water crossings. Can't go without them. One of our next stops was up the Cement Creek Road area. Across from the Silverton Mountain Ski area is Prospect Gulch, and we went up there, and there's some amazing views of the Red Mountain area. And there's plenty of mining artifacts and stuff up there as well. From there we went up and over to Corkscrew Gulch, which actually runs kind of right through the Red Mountain area as well. We really like this road. It's got some amazing views, as I've said several times. It's one of our favorites. The road itself through Corkscrew Pass is really a great drive as it is, but the panoramas are just amazing. It's just so nice to hang out in this area.
This is our lunch spot today, right next to this broken down cabin. It's just a nice parking spot looking up at Red Mountain. Quite a view. There's a little bit of rain, a little bit of thunderstorm. It's kind of nice in the mountains. Matter of fact, there's the deer that crossed our path. It's like 3 of them with sets of horns. There's the Land Cruiser train, all just cruising by. It's a rally for Land Cruisers up here this weekend, so this is a group of them going by. Alright, we're in the town of Ironton. It's a ghost town just below the Yankee Girl mine area. It's near the Red Mountain Pass between Ouray and Silverton. There's quite a few big buildings here. This would have been a pretty nice house in its day. So it'd be interesting to find some pictures of this town in its heyday, because I'm sure it wasn't near as wooded as this. A 2-story house here. Again, in the day, these were pretty nice houses. The back of that house is all a bunch of, must have had animals and stuff like that in back here. It's kind of like the shed area. Small roof shed, and then here's the whole back of the house. Alright, getting kind of shack land over here. These aren't such good shape. The old tin roof's held up, but not the bottom part. A little shack over here. This one's actually a true log cabin. Yeah, big logs making this one. Still has a chinking in there. I don't know if that's original or... She had a little bit nicer window there. There's some shape to it. There was lining on the ceilings and the walls. Yeah, so this half is not log cabin. Interesting. Just that front. Unless I had to replace it. It covers it for us. That's what's around in this Ironton town site.
One of our other days, we did a route kind of up that Cement Creek as well, went over Hurricane Pass, and had lunch at the top of the pass. It's another one of our pictures of our lunch stop. It was beautiful up there. From there, we went down into the Pecan Gulch where the Sound Democrat mill is. It's kind of a partially restored mill. It still has a lot of equipment in it and everything. And then up and over back to Animas Forks and back into town. It's a really nice loop. Coming up next is my little bonus video within a video, basically giving an overview of how to find a really nice, lovely waterfall in the area.
We're along South Mineral Creek in the San Juan Mountains, and we're going to go to some really nice looking waterfalls that are not too long of a hike. The parking place is right by this waterfall, and then you head off towards along the stream. The entrance to the trail is right along the road, South Mineral Creek. There's a sign here. It's a pretty major trail. This one's no secret to it. It's on the maps even. And it's like, I don't know, a 2 city block walk from the parking along South Mineral Creek Road. A couple of down trees to go over. So we typically have been walking down near the creek there, and then turning and running alongside the creek up into the side hill here. Alright, so after a short little climb, maybe 50 feet up, kind of get to the edge here. There's a really nice lookout right off the bat. Okay, so from that lookout, you can keep kind of going along the edge. Get some nice views. When you get up a little bit higher, you can see the water gets a little more aqua underneath the waterfall. And there's a bit of a trail that gets you down by it. We'll go to that now. As you can see, the trail runs right along a ledge. It's a nice woodsy trail. So after just walking along that ledge, then you get down to this waterfall here. You just come right down next to it. See? Something nice about waterfalls, I've heard that water splashing through the air is ionized and makes you feel better, something like that. But I'm always drawn to waterfalls. I think a lot of people are. It's nice. Rocks may be slippery, but you can get pretty close to it. Enough to get wet. Alright, we're getting ready to leave. This is from the waterfall looking back up the trail. Just so you see what it looks like that on the approach. So I'll see if I can't manage to do this without falling while holding a camera. So on the short trail, you walk through a bit of a meadow here, and walking back towards the vehicles, you get quite a view. It's nice. So as you can see, there's parking right at the start of the trail, basically, just across this large culvert. Again, this waterfall, there's nothing secret about it. It's on the maps, local maps and everything. So, and there's a bonus little one right here. We did find some other waterfalls, a lot more trickier to get to, not so obvious, and you can't quite see them the same, kind of always from above, but they sure are pretty. This is like a red rock canyon here. more of the way. We'll try to get to those too. So a few minutes ago we were over on that ledge sticking out right there, looking down at that waterfall. And now we can follow the canyon up. Very nice.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe. We'll see you on the trail.